Which here, I hope you can hear me. Can you? Those who are connected to online, can you please hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay. We're going to start probably in 3 to 5 minutes time. We will start. Meantime, I hope you can find the materials for the first session from there. Others will also use slowly and start. Right? Any one of you seen me before? No? I'm Chandan. Chandan Jacob, the senior lecturer attached to the marketing department, faculty of management and finance, University of Colombo. I've been teaching this subject for my undergraduates and then for postgraduate and master students there. At the SAB, also I'm conducting this subject, plus some other subjects also. So I'm going to conduct operations management subject with 17B, extension group as well. As I got to know, you are studying only few subjects in this degree program because you have completed some of the other subjects in previous studies. Can I know how many of you are coming from a management background, the management diploma, management degree? So you are coming from the chartered accountancy. Most of you are coming from chartered accountancy. So just to check with you, have you studied this subject formally before? A subject called operations management. Have you? Maybe something similar you may have studied. What's it? Afternoon. Have you studied operations management before? No? How about online participants? Have you studied a subject like operations management before? Hello?
No, sir. No. This is the first time.
You may be specializing in accounting and maybe applied accounting and various other finance subjects also. But in this subject, we try to understand another important functional area of a business that is commonly known as manufacturing or production. So nowadays, this is called operations. Right? So in this subject, we will try to cover various different decisions taken by managers whom we call operations managers. You are going to become accountants one day and accounting professionals. So why should you study operations management? Then you will understand it. Right? In the introductory topic, as you see here, there are few learning outcomes stage and the title of introduction to operation. Now, like any other subject, in the introductory session, we try to understand the nature of the subject, what comes under it. Then, of course, the topics and the responsibilities of operations management. Topics of operations management subject and responsibilities of operations manager. So today's discussion will help you getting an overall idea about operations management, and then of course what are the recent trends and why other functional managers, other professionals like you, accountants, accounting professionals or finance professionals, should be aware of the operations management activity. I don't think that this is totally new to you, because most of these business decisions are known to you. You have studied them under some other subjects also, especially subjects like management accounting. Is it so? Have you studied the subject for management accounting? So there, most of the costing and management accounting decisions are discussed. So they are applied in mostly operations management, manufacturing management. So this is not a totally new subject for you. You have studied some of those decision making techniques and all. But what is new here is a kind of overall idea. And then how these different decision making tools and techniques are connected to each other. And that is what we are doing. As you see here, we will define operations management and identify the scope of operations management subject. And then we'll also describe the importance of this subject, operations management, in business organization. That is for management. As the main part of our discussion today, we will identify the main activities, decisions that operations managers are supposed to make. When we get operations management textbook, you will see number of topics and all. Right? So we will try to identify what are those main responsibilities, how they should be. They very briefly, why. From next week onwards, we are going to take one responsibility at a time, one topic at a time, and describe them. Probably around 10, 12 topics, 10, 12 decision making areas will come. In addition to that, we are going to identify a framework that helps us looking at any business from operations management side. It's a very simple framework. We call it transformation process model, and that will help us looking at any business, from manufacturing businesses to services to any other, and identify its operation system. Very simple. That is what we try to cover in our introductory. Is that clear? Very simple, right? Because in the introduction, what I try to do here is just the overall idea that you need to do. From slide number 3, I have given you two definitions for the subject. But before going there, can I know the background of the participant here, including the online participant, because that is important to understand your requirements and then also to match the content with you. So I guess most of you are coming from accounting profession. Almost everyone. That means attached to audit firms or accounting firms, audit firms, or from other organizations from accounting department or finance department, accounting department. Almost everyone. Anyone else? I mean, some participants here who are not attached to accounting No, we are going to accounting and finance background. In addition to the chartered accountancy program, have you followed any other diploma or diploma? Having some other qualifications, other programs? Double MD program, okay. You, what else? You straight away started chartered accountancy that, and say most of you are now. I don't know. You, when you get these exceptions, everyone, business level 2. Some have completed. Completed business level 2. That is how you are exempted from others. Okay. What made you studying for a degree while you are completing your professional qualification? What made you? You feel like having both will be an added advantage? Could be, but added responsibility as well. Added lot of hard work. Isn't it? So it demands more time. It demands more work. You'll are working. You'll have your commitments. You'll have family commitments, right? Because most of you are mature. Family commitments. On top of that, we have now weekends for few more months. Few more months ahead, we have these commitments. Those who are connected, hello. Those who are connected online also maybe. Are they from Sri Lanka or are there some outside? Outside. That is why they don't come. So hope someone will yeah, so already recorded. So you will follow the next year. Okay. My general understanding is that accounting professionals would like to do calculation, compare different answers you get and recommend decisions, isn't so? Right? So more into quantitative side of it. Are you all saying? Counting into quantitative side? Then most of you are attached to service industries. I think so. Anyone from manufacturing organization? What kind of organization? Still tobacco and do they only manufacturing also? Get it factories? So they use all these ingredients that they process their vehicles only to Sri Lankan market or to Sri Lankan market or to export. So certain brands are manufactured here. I've been to anyone else? No. Most of others are from service industry. What kind of industries you are from? Banking, private or government bank? Government. Hospitals? No. What kind of service industries you are attached to? Government. Small or medium business? You are attached to the accounting region of that program. Size of that program and the workforce. Asia, from the class. How about you? Trade. You would like it? What's it? What about the accounting department? I'll just go ahead and accounting services. A from finance department, accounting department. Internal audit department. You have your own businesses. Just put your family and probably with your family, you run the business. Are you working for a family business? Right, I understand now. Diversified business that has several. Right. How about you? It together. Who initiated this program? Who initially mentioned that they want to run? You don't know until you next year. How about you? They got it. What's the problem? So, yeah, they have one. How about you? This one. How long has you have been there? 2 years. 2.5 years now. Yeah, good question number. And you are planning to integrate in auditing, internal auditing, correct. How about you? These exports from China. So do they involve in manufacturing here or in blending? Do they have their states also? So they buying and then give to the flat. Then they manufacturing. You may have you have been exposed to, I guess, certain operations in the business, have you? In accounting, you may have enrolled in some of those activities as well, have you? Not really. I'm just trying to understand whether you have an operations management background. How can you understand this? How you can link this subject with your profession, with your career path? How about you? You can understand. Okay. Again, financial accounting services. Agriculture company. Does it falls in packaging and distributing or? Yeah. What they produce here? It contains the basic soul. Okay. How long that business has been there in the Sri Lanka? Plus 2 days. Just have been, I have not known about it. Thank you. You may share some of your experiences, but you are attached to accounting part. Maybe whether you like it or not, in this subject, we are going to talk mostly about manufacturing industries. Right? Industries that involve in producing products. Because that is the origin of this subject. Manufacture or production. For a long period of time, the subject was focusing on manufacturing industries. However, during last 4 to 5 decades, with the service sector expansions, now in service industries, like banking, restaurants, hotels, and then of course hospitals, airline services, retail businesses, and then almost all the other service industries, they do have their own operations to create and deliver their service. So gradually, those operations are also coming under this subject. So not only manufacturing operations, but service operations are also being discussed here. So there can be some learning points for you. But mainly the subject involves with manufacturing. I will try to add a little more service flavor in that we are coming from the service industries. Thank you. And how about those 2, 3 joining online? Can you share a little more information about you?
Regarding sir that I'm Gayan and I'm from Dubai. So I'm working in one group company. So we have 5 divisions. We have service division, construction division, manufacturing division, sport division, and real estate division. So right now I'm working only on construction divisions as a the strategic analyst.
Interesting. Thank you for sharing your information. Meantime, when we complete some other topics also, you are free to share your experience, your views on these different concepts. Feel free to join with the online discussion.
So thank you.
How about other 2?
Yes, I am in class. I am joining from Qatar. I am working as a financial accountant in manufacture and distribution of chemical products.
Okay. Could be supply of chemical product to various different other suppliers?
No,
Other
we are distributing to companies and individuals.
Okay. Okay. Factories are based based in which countries? Qatar?
Factories are based on Middle East countries. Yes, our main manufacturing plant is based on Saudi Arabia, and in other Middle East region there is a small factories. Then main operations are done by Qatar.
Okay. For both of you, I guess, with your international experience, exposure, understanding these basic topics will be very easy, right? Not at all difficult, right? So feel free to share your experience, latest practices you are exposed to. Improve the content, right?
Yes.
I think there is one more person. Oh no, right? That's great. Yeah, another person to the other person. As I told you, to understand the operations side of the business, we can refer to the definitions given here and see what we mean by operations department, why that is, or what comes under operations department. Right? Now, as you can understand, in any business, especially in manufacturing, that involves in producing, in order to produce product, it requires various different processes. Manufacturing process, manufacturing facility, altogether what we call it, it requires an operation system. Say for example, a garment factory, a common example that we all can understand. Now, there are different types of garment factories. If you think of modern garment factories like MS or Brandix here in Sri Lanka, they just do the manufacturing part of it. They don't involve in distribution and selling. Right? They get orders directly from their global clients, and what they do it at their factories is managing the production side of it and produce and deliver. So to manage their operations, they have a whole lot of resources arranged. From factories to production lines to then machines to workforce to various different operation systems and information systems to and other resources arranged in a particular way. To make sure that they get orders on time and then accordingly plan the production and schedule the production. Right? And according to the production schedules, they have a system of ordering the required materials from different suppliers, and they arrange the items physically at the warehouses before starting the production. Right? So then start the production according to the schedule, complete them, and meantime check the quality, ensure the quality, complete the targets on time, production targets on time, and then do the packaging and arrange them for shipments, then deliver. Using various different transportation options, logistics options, they deliver the products to customers, and that is what they do. And for all these, business should have separate arrangement. So in that business, that part of the business we call the operation system altogether. Not only one, right? From order taking to planning the production to ordering the materials to then production and then shipping them. Manage all such operations. There should be a way, and there should be a system, and that is called operation system for our understanding. Clear? Likewise, in any industry, especially manufacturing, to make sure smooth production, it requires a particular system. I explained for a factory. We take another business that involves in distribution as well. Say for an example, now here in Sri Lanka we have different biscuits manufacturers. Two main, one is CBL, and the other one is Munchie, Melbourne. So likewise, in the global context also, there are different snacks manufacturers, confectionery industry. So in addition to production, like if you take an example like CBL, in addition to production, they have some more operations, that is to make sure they smoothly deliver the products to different regions in the country. They have distribution arrangements and all. More operations in addition to the manufacturing. They are also operations. So they are from order taking to production to delivery. They start. To manage all such operations, it requires a system, and that is called operations. Right. So what do you think? Is that important only in manufacturing industries? Or is that required in service industries too? A kind of system to create and deliver services? Think of a restaurant or restaurant chain. Could be a medium scale to a large scale restaurant chains. Right? To make sure that they arrange the food items adequately, on time, according to standards, and then deliver them to the customers, the dining customers, or maybe delivery orders and all. And manage all these activities, there should be an arrangement within it. That resource arrangement is what we call the operation system. So this whole physical resource, operations resource arrangement altogether, we call it the operations system of the business. to the overall success of the business, any business require an efficient and effective operation system. That's all. So in this subject, we try to understand how such an operation system should be designed, what key areas are involved, and what different areas business manager should think of. So, how an operation system is designed. Not only that, once that is designed, how to make sure that system is operated efficiently and utilized for the purpose. That part of it is called directional and control part of it. Directing it, or utilizing the resources, operation system to manufacture products and deliver them on time efficiently. In services, make sure that employees and other resources are arranged so that when customers come, services can be created and delivered without any failure, meeting the quality targets as well. So that part is also coming under operations training. In fact, when you go to a factory, that is what you see as operations managers are involved on day-to-day basis. They involve in directing the operation system. That is what operations management is for. Two main areas in relation to operation system. So what they are supposed to do? Design an operation system after understanding all the requirements, right? And then directing and controlling it. Write it down somewhere if that is not clear. So that is what? We are studying about the operation system. It's commonly available in manufacturing organizations as well as in service organizations. Studying about the operation system of the business. Used to create the products and services. In any industry, there should be a proper, efficient operation system. So that makes the business success. Now, to understand what operations management is, it's all about designing such an operation system, first of all, right? Under that, there are a lot of areas to consider, different decisions, different responsibilities. Designing an operation system, under that, there are a lot of decisions to make that we will take separately and discuss in the subject. Then, of course, once the operation system is properly or effectively designed, then operations managers have a responsibility to efficiently utilize it, directing and utilizing it for the intended purpose. Nothing else but use the facilities to produce. Service does this, create and deliver. So in our subject, we will have separate topics coming under these two areas. Designing operation system for directing and controlling operation process. If they have come down, you can ask in the question that given. The second definition given here tells you the same thing. About the second definition here, it's a comprehensive field of management that involves in designing operation system, operational processes, and operating and control. Only the added part there is time some improvements are also required. It should be introduced. So operations managers have the responsibility of improving operation system. There can be various different improvements. As we can understand, what are the main improvements that we have seen in operation that are demanded, that are needed in industry? Could be technology related. So the same old technologies, when they are outdated, no longer useful. There are latest technologies which make operations more efficient. That technology should be upgraded. That's true. The technology systems can be upgraded. That is one main thing. What else? What are the other improvements that we have come across that we have seen more of? Trends. Well, I need the trends. Like what? Trend. This point is very correct. There are upcoming changes and trends in the industries, in the region and across the globe. So that following the trends, certain improvements are needed. Like what? Few trends that we have seen. One or two. Trends you need. Latest trends like what? Let's say, then you find few points. Let's say now there's a trend, a clear trend for minimizing the environmental pollution. Isn't so? In practicing more greener, introducing more greener practices. Something called sustainability. Right? So you may be aware of it. So that is one of the main trends that we see. So following that trend, now factories will have to change their production processes, facilities, and make them more sustainable, more environmental friendly. So that could be one main thing. So aligning with the trends, they will have to upgrade it into the system. Like what? What else? Methods. Method improvement. Yes, of course. Compared to old methods, inefficient methods, introducing newer methods, more efficient methods, so that they can improve the production volume. They can improve the productivity. So that's also there. So such improvements, especially in operations, that is what we see. Method improve, efficiency improve, and more manual work now being converted to automated. Those are the key improvements. So most of the manual work converted into automated processes, and then previous manual processes now managed through systems. Various different systems like ERP. Most of the operations are now handled through information systems. Those are the trends. Likewise, another improvement, one of the common improvements we see is quality improvement. Okay? So there's a demand in the market, and then of course there are pressures from various different organizations. Regulatory requirements are high now. That quality improvement should be needed. Can you understand? So, many improvement and then operations manager should be more introduced. So, 3 areas, not only 2. What are those 3 areas? With respect to operation system, operational processes, designing operation system, then of course operating, directing and controlling it, and then and thereby efficiently produce the product, effectively produce the product. That is what operations managers are to do. This basic information may not be necessary for you all with experience of a professional drivers, some extent, great extent. Well, this is what I just briefly mentioned at the beginning. In any business, whether that is manufacturing, service, right? In any business, we consider this area, operations management, as one main function, one main part, together with other key departments. Finance and accounting together separately, and then marketing, and then comes the operation. Another department could be HR, IT, and other departments. Right? So operations is one of the main functional area in department that involves in manufacturing or production. Manufacturing or production. Can you see the difference? There are no such differences at all. Only the terms are different. In fact, this subject was earlier known as manufacturing. Good old days, 19 at the beginning of 20th century. It's an old subject. So after industrial revolution, mass production expanded, right? So especially in Europe and US, they especially studied how to produce in large scale and more efficiently. Those days, most of the time, they were manufacturing industry, producing products. From steel to flour to various different heavy equipments to automobiles. Those were the factories used to manufacture various different products, mostly using labor. So they wanted to study how to efficiently produce in large scale, and all such decisions, all such areas coming under manufacturing management. Somewhere in 1930s, 40s, and 50s, few more areas were added to the subject, like not only the internal manufacturing activities, even purchasing material, transporting materials from suppliers to the factories and storing the warehousing and inventory management, logistics. Not only the core value-adding activities, but other activities also were included there. And then the subject was known as production management. Was broad. After the 1950s, when service organizations, service industries expanded their activities all over the world, unlike in manufacturing, they produce mostly something intangible, right? Intangible. So that how they produce, production methods and all, a little different. So gradually those areas were also included under the subject. Now this is known as operations. Together, manufacturing and service. However, area involved in the main what we call value creation. Value creation activities. So, what do you know about it? Value creation, value addition. It's through the operation system of the business that mostly the value being added. That is what we say. It's mainly through the operation system, value addition takes place. Is that clear? Think of an example like furniture manufacturer. Right? In a business, they manufacture furniture items. Srilanka like Damro, and the global furniture manufacturer. Right? So in their production facilities, their operations, what they do is they use various different parts, components, and then process them together, assemble them together, and prepare or manufacture various different furniture designs, from chairs to tables to cupboards to sofa settees to various different furniture. They involve in value addition, value creation. How come? Using the technology, using the machines, using the production processes, they do that. Why we say through manufacturing, through production, or through operation, businesses add value, create value. Here it says the central, the main way of adding value. Main way of adding value. The more value a business can add, higher profit they can earn. Isn't so? More value they add their products, higher the demand for their products. Operations are very critical. Success is very important. Now, what do you think? What are the other processes? What are the other activities in addition to manufacturing that can involve in value creation? We have studied. Are there some more processes, more systems to add more value to the product, service they create, and thereby enhance the value? Okay. Do you agree? Do you understand? Can marketing add value? Hello? Anyone from marketing? No, right? No. But they have studied through marketing, a business can add value. Is that true? How come the marketing department add value? Through various different marketing activities, yes, marketing, communications, and everything. But prior to that, is the essence of marketing. You should know what is the essence of marketing. Ultimately, they are responsible for satisfying customers. Okay, how do they do it? The marketing processes through which they add value. What are the processes? Okay, they should recognize market requirements. Okay, what are the other processes they involved in? Those are the main techniques, main processes they use to add value. What are those? Packaging. It's a part of production sometimes, right? But packaging and that adds value, isn't so? Packaging, what else? Doing promotions, marketing, communication, promotions, and advertising and all that. What you mentioned. Those are also adding value. But from where the main value comes in a business? Through the operation. Marketing also plays a crucial. In addition to this, there are three main activities that marketing involves in. What are those three activities? We call them STNP, STP. S stands for understanding market requirements and everything, and segment the market. Isn't so? Segmentation. Isn't that what you study? Huh? So marketing should do the proper segmentation, and accordingly, see what is that? So, marketing. Select the right market segment. Select the right markets. Marketing. And thereafter, the main activity through which they add value. What is that? P. Promotion is only one part. But then B. Next. Positioning. Marketing mainly involved in position. It is the main technique marketing used to add value. The marketing also involves in value addition, value creation. And the positioning, there are different techniques like advertising and everything, but positioning is the main activity. What is positioning? Did you study marketing? Yes, okay. What is positioning then? A little bit louder, please. The product or the brand that we are going to sell in the market should be placed at a right place. At a right place in the consumer mind. Many don't understand it. Especially accounting and finance professionals don't understand it. But they just generating revenue is the matter. How they do, how marketers can do it, how sales staff can do it, they don't understand. But marketing should play a role to position the product at the right place, at a profitable place, so that sales staff can easily sell more, earn more profit. So it's very clear, marketing can also add value in addition to operations. But as we understand, yes, central mechanism is at a tea factory, they produce bulk tea. That is the production. After that, using the bulk tea as an input, blenders blend tea and different flavors and add value. That's also production, kind of manufacturing. And at the same time, brands created packaging done so that value can be added through branding and packaging and various other marketing. Also adding value. Is that the only way that businesses can add value? Add value? Through distribution, they can add value. At the selling point, they can add value, but currently the selling so that customers can easily buy. Those are very activity. especially accounting professionals should understand. Right. Is that the end? After selling, can business add more value to the product or service after selling? How? After sales services, because yes, in some industries, after sales services can also add value. Right? Is that clear? After sales service. Say for example, like durable items, consumer durables, like refrigerators, washing machines. Even after selling, by providing spare parts, repair services, right? They can add value. That is how managers should understand the business process. Overall, adding value is very important for any business. If they can add more value, product will be more attractive to the customer. Service will be more attractive to the different departments contribute, especially operations and then marketing and other departments. So we are studying a subject called operations management, that we study manufacturing or production or operations related. This subject is developed based on several other subjects. You get a few list of a few subjects here inside number 5, especially certain areas from industrial engineering and then various other physical sciences. In different industries, different scientific knowledge is used for producing. For example, food processing company like Ceylon cold stores. They manufacture ice cream. They manufacture processed meat items and various beverage products. If you take one, so there are technologies behind. Various different scientific knowledge used for their operation. Garment factories, apparel manufacturing to various other scientific knowledge schools. Automobile manufacturing, different technology knowledge, scientific knowledge you use, right? And mostly other subjects like economics and then statistics has contributed a lot to this subject. Operational research, what you may have studied some of those subjects. And or decision making tools and then of course the management in general has contributed a lot. Then IT and technology in general. Then nowadays data analysis and analytics and all contributed a lot to the development of this subject. This is very interesting, very practical subject. Subjects day by day. However, we try to stick to basics. Try to get the basic idea. What are the key decisions made by operations managers in different industries? How they should make it? Clear? Okay, go through those 3 slides and take to the connected online and also go through the lecture materials and feel free to unmute yourself and ask questions. Any questions? So it seems no one is interested in asking question. I know for sure that you are not going to become operations manager. This is not the intention here. To perform better as accounting professionals in your jobs. You think that studying operations management be helpful to perform better as accountants and internal auditors in your respective industries. Each industry is different. Help you getting a kind of manufacturing thing, operations things to perform better as accountant in your own industry. Right, to just to get an idea, and I know that you are familiar with this thing. Now, when we think of the operations department of a business, the management staff, we call them operations managers. I'm going to staff attached to the operations department. Like in any other functional area, in operations management also, we can basically divide them into three levels, three layers. Although from organization to organization, these designations are different. Simply we can divide them into three levels. For top level, middle level management, and then the lower level management. So in operations, what are the common designations here? The top level or the corporate level operations managers, as we have heard, as we are aware. Chief Operating Officer is a common designation, highest position in the operation. COO. Write it down. Into you. COO, Chief Operating Officer, could be one of the main designations, especially in manufacturing industries. Or direct operations, group direct operations, likewise, head of operations, direct operations. What they do, they are mainly responsible for the overall performance of the operations department. Under the supervision of CEO, managing director, chairman, they are supposed to manage. Make all the strategic decisions. Right? Supervisor, next level of managers, that is middle level. From industry to industry, there are different designations here. One thing is very clear is in manufacturing industries, these titles, these designations are very clear. For that, in servicing. The second level, that is the middle level operations management position. What are the common middle level managerial positions? Line managers attached to operations department. What are the common job titles? Manage operations, operations manager is the same manage operations or operations manager. So head of operations sometimes yes, sometimes they may from organization to organization to be the maybe head of operations. I mean considered under middle sometimes. Yes. More often in manufacturing industries, factory manager, plant manager. Factory manager, plant manager, production manager. General manager is a kind of common term, common designation. Sometimes general manager operations kind of position can be considered. Production manager, site manager, whatever. Although this will be different, even quality managers, they are different, right? They have different responsibilities, but even them coming under the operation sometimes, so quality manager, the role is different, but that's the operation. Even assistant production manager, assistant factory manager also coming under the middle level. What they do? Under the supervision of the OOO, and as per the study said, they manage the work with the lower level and supervise the lower level. Actually, they are responsible. They are responsible for the final performance. So the third level or third layer, management layer, is called lower level operations managers. What are the common disciplines? This is manufacturing. Production supervisors, production executives, supervisors, production executives. Sometimes there are production teams arranged, so the team leaders and all. Those are the lower level positions. What they do, they are involving with the production level people, the operation staff, right? And they supervise the operation staff, and they are finally responsible for the production targets and everything. Merchandisers and all, sometimes industries, they have, in some industries, they have added them under separate department, like supply department or supply chain department. So that manager attached to the supply, right? That could be a middle level position. And under the guidance of managers, supply managers, there can be different merchandisers. So it could be under the middle level or lower. They have the separate staff. Common middle even. Assistant supply managers and no merchandisers could be. However, it may vary from industry to industry, even there are four. So in operations management, we studied about the responsibilities of operations, particularly about who's responsible. Top level operations managers, middle level operations managers, or lower level operations managers that we are going to study. What do you think? what we are going to study in our subject, in operations management in general. This is a middle level operations management. How about others? What we are going to study? Whose responsibility? Whose responsibility? Mostly middle level operations. They are, because they are the main responsible management staff for making a lot of tactical operations decisions. Some of them are strategic as well. Some of others they are tactical operations. Then in a subject like this, we try to cover those tactical topics or tactical responsibilities. Tactical in the sense, medium term to long term. Most of these long term decisions taken by the top management with the support of middle management and consulting other corporate managers. We'll discuss later. But mostly we are going to study about middle level operations manager, their responsibility, then how they should perform those responsibilities. I explain them because this is the introduction. Now, then when you take one topic, we will discuss only one side. Right. Before the break, let's quickly go through this list also, and after that, let's have a small break. Slide number 7 introduces you some of the key decision-making areas, some of the key responsibilities of operations management. When you go through this, you should have an idea now what operations managers are doing or supposed to do. Check whether you can understand those areas. They are responsible for a few or all of these operations management jobs, or more than that sometimes. When you go through this list, if certain points are not clear, you can ask. These are the common responsibilities of operations management. From industry to industry, the technologies used for operations are different. So that operations managers should be aware of the technologies used in their industries. When any technology changes and everything, they are responsible with the support of technology experts. There are industrial engineers and all, and mostly operations managers are the industrial engineers in the field. they're responsible for introducing new technologies, upgrading new methods, and all. In addition to that, they are supposed to specify long-term plans for operations department. We call it operation strategy. That will be the second topic. You should make long-term decisions and set long-term plan for the operations department. What we call operation strategy. Aligning with them, make other decisions like get things done, like new product development, introduce new products with the support of all the other departments. Design new processes for new products. For operations facilities, design where should such facilities should be located. Facility location. Decide the locations for the facilities. Factories, where they should be established. The support of other departments, other experts. In such a way that operations can be smoothly and economically managed. And then decide upon operations capacity, production volume, size of the workforce required for operations and capacities, and space utilization. So then, of course, they are supposed to work on improving response time, production time, and response time. How quickly orders can be accepted and then processed and delivered, and work on efficiency together with productivity. That is one of the main responsibilities of operations. Enhance productivity and thereby efficiency. We'll take some of those topics later and discuss them. While optimizing the cost, enhancing productivity. This is also another area, main area, what we call managing quality. Ensuring quality. Another challenging question. And for that, there are other experts who help operations managers, like quality managers and all. They should help, but operations managers should involve there. Then other decision-making areas like operations resource planning and production scheduling. Accordingly, planning the material requirements and aligning with them, managing and controlling inventories, improving customer service, involving retailing, after sales, and other areas like developing people. Like now, they need to design work systems, work methods, and how operating level staff should work, what equipment should be given, what work systems should be arranged, how they should be compensated. Decisions related to them, we call them work systems. And then, of course, maintaining operations resources and all are also responsibility. So here we identify the main list of responsibilities. There can be many more added questions. Now, if you look at the course outline, you will see number of topics that are in line with this responsibility. So what we try to do in the subject, we try to understand the responsibilities of operations management as different topics. They're going to become operations managers one day? No. But knowing about operations managers' responsibilities would be useful. You to become good accountant. Let's have a break. Small break. 150. What time you are going to come back? Promise me and then deliver it. 15 minutes now? I hope so. Okay, we will around 2:05. have the data on my end as well. I think we can make that ready. Yeah. Okay, right, we had a very simple discussion. We understood what comes under operations management. In a business, why this department, why this function is important. And at the end, we identified the main responsibility of operations management. So now, as you see here, in side number A, now the operations manager it's a simple explanation. But the idea here is that now operations managers are responsible for managing the operations function. Okay. However, now there are more responsibilities for them. That is to manage the interlink between other departments with the operator. So, finance and accounting in one of the main departments will have to maintain the interference between finance, accounting, and operation. So, as these two primarily involved in value creation. One is marketing, and the other one is product development. Product development, for example, like R&D, PD, right? So they are considered as the core functions of a business that involve in value creation. So operational managers should maintain the interrelation. That is a simple idea. So you are here, accounting and finance. This is a very simple explanation. But what do you think? As an area, their responsibilities have been expanded. So you as accountant, practicing accounting profession, how often you need to interact with the operations managers of your organization? What do you think? For what purposes you deal with it? Think for a while and let me know. For what purposes do you interact with the operations managers at your managerial capacity? Okay, regularly, you as accountants may need some inputs from their end, like production plans and other resource requirements and all. Is that some inputs you request from them? What are the others? I think so. What else? What are the other information you need from operations also? Budgeting, for budgeting purposes. Right. Even working capital anyway should be managed, and beyond that capital budget requirements also. Like what? Some budget items for the next budget, maybe for new expansions of the production lines, new machinery, right? So you will often depend on the information. Yeah, I think. Yes, I write it down because that is what you are going to do with operation. You often depend on the information they provide related to operation, like production schedules, production material requirements, and all in one time. From accounting side here, the subject we study operations management and they are responsible. Can you think about your own industry, your own company? What are the other areas? Inventory related, inventory related, stock updates related. Although there is separate department, but inventory updates. Any new suggestions, new projects to expand the businesses like new plants, new production lines, expansion requirements, new proposals. What do you do with it? Once they forwarded their proposals and all, you'll have to evaluate. You'll have to evaluate and give your observations, make certain changes, modifications, and then give the approvals for the finance. Various analysis because as accountant, maybe as management accountant, even for the costing purposes, you may compare the budgets and the actuals, thereby keep a record of variance analysis and all. That is from your end, but if you think from the pressure side, they'll have to make it you and manage relationships smoothly to manage their operations. Okay, they are good for you. What else? Specific examples coming from your industry. How about KPIs and then of course performance targets and all? Sometimes you are evaluating their performance, whether they have maintained the efficiency targets, standard costing targets and all, and other KPIs. Simple. Especially internal auditors involved in setting those procedures and all, and then monitoring them. So please know standard operating procedures for different activities, and then monitoring them. Internal auditors. Open real network. In services industry, operations are a little different, but accountants in service industry, how often they involved in service operations? What do you think? You can try. Again, they'll have to deal with operations. There's a difference in service industries, you know. Unlike in manufacturing, in service industries, if you can understand it broadly, most of the managers involved in operations. Unlike in manufacturing. Right? Let me repeat it. In service industries, there are different managers involved in operations, not only operations managers. For an example, no matter garment factory, operations managers involved in producing garments and managing it, that's it. Finance managers, accountants, and all the others, they manage other operations, other activities. And in a business like hospital or a hotel or restaurant, so there are different managers involved in operations, but they are given different names, not operations managers. To manage, let's say, at a hotel, right, 5-star plus hotel, let's say, there are different managers involved in different operations. Maybe sales and reservations, they handle one part of operations, don't they? They take orders or they take reservations and all from the customers through their process. Isn't that a part of operations? And then daily hotel procedures or activities are managed by several managers, like let's say food and beverage manager, maybe managing activities related to that area only, but that's operations management. Food and beverage. And then of course, let's say daily maintenance of the property and then premises. Admin or maintenance, that's part of operations, but maintenance managers or admin managers, something like that. Then of course, room services and what we call it, housekeeping, that's also a part of operations, but under the housekeeping, manage housekeeping. So then dining area, not necessarily food and beverage manager, but there can be a flow manager managing the dining area. Understand? So in service, there are different managers managing different parts of operation. There isn't. But manufacturing, there is one manager, there is one set called operational manager, they manage all the. Any quick question? What I try to mention here is that not only manage the operations department, they will have to manage the relationships with other functions as well. With marketing, they will have to work. If you think of new products, they'll have to get inputs from marketing and then develop products with the support of product development, and then keep arranging the processes and resources and start production. They'll have to work with IT department, should they? To get the things done, systems arranged and maintain them and all. So like process manager, we'll have to manage relationships. Write it down somewhere. That is the main, and that is the main point that we want to highlight here. We need to maintain relationships with other functional areas in addition to managing internal work. Supposed to count signatures with the get count. Right. Right. I plan to use this slide to give you an idea about how this subject has been developed over a longer period of time. Now, it's a long history that we see in operations management. More than 1 century, probably 2 centuries plus. Different contributors have contributed to the subject. Experts in operations management, manufacturing management. But seeing the development in the subject, I take this from the textbook. We can clearly identify these main developments now. Okay. And most of the initial efforts were focusing on improving the efficiency of operation and thereby reducing the operating cost. Right? So that there are many efforts, many techniques, many methods used in operations management that is to minimize the cost. We call it cost focused era of operations management. That is the beginning. That is the foundation. Even today, most of the operations management efforts focusing on what? Enhancing the efficiency and thereby enhancing the productivity and thereby reduce the operating cost. So you may see various such efforts in the last two, three centuries now. Few of them are mentioned here. So initially, the concept like the division of labor specialization. Are you familiar with the economic concepts? Change the way the production takes place. And that leads to this rapid development in the industrial sector. Concepts like division of labor are fundamental points. What do you know about it? Division of labor. What is that? How that is being used in operations, in manufacturing? Division of labor. Any idea? What is a simple idea? Okay, dividing the job among. For what purpose they propose to divide it? What is the rationale behind it? It's an economic concept. For what purpose they divide? Actually, what they divide? Hello? What they divide? Not necessarily the job, but the production process. Okay. Prior to that, even now, without knowing, if you don't know this economic concept, what you will do? Assume that you try to bake a cake by yourself. Right? There's a process involved. Baking cake. So you would take how long to bake a cake? Place 3 hours, around 2 to 3 hours time. You might need to process to bake a cake. That is to produce only one output. Productivity is very low, efficiency is very low. Okay, and if you are to do it for a commercial purpose, sell, that won't be productive. That won't be profitable. To do all the effort, all the process by yourself. So what this concept tells us, how that has helped expand the efficiency or enhancing the efficiency. What happens? They propose now the entire production process should be divided into small parts and different workers should be introduced to each activity. Then what happens? These workers only complete one part of the production process. That is what we call division of. Then what happens? Everyone is specializing in each area and at a higher speed, they are completing their project. And as a result, what happens at the end? Production volume increase. That results in efficiency. That results in lower cost per unit. That is the foundation. In fact, even today, that is the foundation for operations. We try to use such efficient production methods, manufacturing methods to minimize the operating cost. That is the foundation. And that approach is called cost focus. There are various different approaches introduced thereafter. Are you familiar with some known people like Henry Ford, Gilbreth, S.W. Taylor? They are considered as the fathers of scientific management. They try to do more efficient. They were engineers, industrial engineers. So they were trying to improve the efficiencies of their production. Most of them. Scientific management era, what they call it. Those concepts are very even today. As accountants, you may not be interested about it, but those are fundamentally. That is that. And thereafter, mass production era, various different statistical techniques, mathematical decision-making models that you study are as ORNO in your accountancy programs. You study OR, operational research, decision-making models, maximizing the profits, minimizing the cost, the different constraints. Those are problems. However, gradually, businesses have identified some other areas that they have developed their own. So there are areas like quality control, especially after 1930s, 40s, and 50s. During such period, various different operations management concepts have been introduced, focusing on quality improvement. So just have a look on some of those findings, especially techniques like just-in-time, computer-aided designing, and approaches like TQM and various other quality improvement methods and all. Even today, they have been practiced that has been introduced during those periods. Only a few concepts are mentioned here to get an idea. And thereafter, we clearly see some more efforts, especially with the rapid development of technology. And that era is not mentioned here or identified here as a customization focus. Now, most of the organizations have embraced these concepts. Customizing, which means using technology and various other efforts, try to offer customized solution. Customized, which means how to produce products with different features, catering the requirements of different market segments. Customized. That has become a possibility due to the technological development. So most of the leading industries now shifted on the foundation of cost, and then added focuses on quality. Now they are focusing on customizing. Going beyond there are latest other ones. What have you say here is this. Now, operations management, although the original focus is on cost, now there are other concerns. Can you guess the reason why other focuses have become important in today's market? In different industries. Why? Why all these quality improvements, use of new technology and customizing and going beyond that, globalization focus. Why all these have become important now? Of course, that is the single most important reason. Due to market competition. Face the market competition, all these efforts are needed. So in this competitive market, competitive business environment. Each business should be competitive. Otherwise, they can't compete with others. How? One main way that they can compete is through operation. Simple as that. To face the competition in the market. Is that true? All the industries? Competition is huge. Competition is huge. And accordingly, various different operations management concepts and practices have been introduced to businesses now. I'll give you 5 to 10 minutes quickly. Just Google and identify what are such main latest operations management concepts. Quickly. That have become popular in the last 2 decades or so. What are the trends during the 21st century? What are the key trends in operations management? Key concepts. What are the new focuses? You identify, write down at least 2, 3 such concepts you have no need to add descriptions. Just write down the names, new trends, new operations management practices. 21st century. Write down at least 2, 3, 4 new trends, new practices. That become popular during the last 2 decades. It's one short of time, those time to read the concept, identify quick, that's enough. And later go through the interest later. When you see the list, you can identify recent development. Can quickly identify a few. So, right, and share some points that you identify, so others can also identify. What are the latest development as you talk about? Sustainability that has been a lot of record. Being environmental friendly, converting whatever production system, technology, the production processes and everything in a sustainable manner, environmental friendly manner. So, all of you have identified it as a main trend, right? So, operations should be converted into more environmental friendly, sustainable material. Zero emission, that's what they talk about. Carbon emission should be reduced as much as possible. Those are the trends. What else? Risk management has gained a lot of recognition. Unlike just managing the operation, no, but identifying potential risk well in advance, and then of course mitigating them in each step of the production and supply. That has gained a lot. Risk management part. What else? Safety and well-being for the workers, employees, and that has been neglected. Okay, that has been neglected. Safety and well-being of the employees, safe work environment, compensating them fair manner. Those have become more important now in developed markets. And something called fair trade. Fair trade. So eliminating all the harassments, then trading employees in fair manner, eradicating child labor and labor abuse and all, those have become important. This competitive. Ethical aspect, fair trade aspects have become. What else? Yeah. Remote work. Remote work with support of technology and all, right? Technology, and then of course through internet access, remote access, managing or supervising operations of remote access. Technology has been developed faster rate. Now, in which revolution we are in now? Artificial intelligence and all. Which wave now we consider industrial revolution? Which wave now we are? They consider this as the fourth wave, right? Industry 4.0. And in which that industry 4.0, that is where this remote supervision, remote operations and all we talk about. Third one was industry 3.0 is the digitalization part of it. Now going beyond that, that's 4.0. Fourth wave. What else? Automation that has become popular in almost all the industries. Automation. Those are the trends. You may see them somewhere here, right? Under the globalization era, and especially under the mass customization era, those automated processes are very important. Find little more detail. One or two more points to that. Collaborative supply relationships, collaborative partnerships with suppliers. That is what we call global focus. Now, it's a very old technique. If we think of a factory producing everything they need within the factory, what is the latest trend? Yes, maybe your point is correct. Now, they purchased various different components and materials from various different suppliers across the globe and assembled them at a factory or two and then delivered to the other parts of the world. That is how it happens. We call it global supply chains. That has become the trend. No longer factories are producing everything. They source at the suppliers and bring down the materials and components from expert suppliers, maintaining the quality and all, produce at the lowest cost at a factory, and then distribute them among the other markets. That is true for garments, that is true for furniture, that is true for electric appliances, that is true for automobiles, that is true for mobile phones and all the other digital devices. So those are the different. So operations managers are now competing with other firms because of market pressure. Because of market pressure. So I hope you found out few more concepts as well. Keep in mind. So that is what I have described here. There are many changes in the business environment. It is clearly evident. You can see many changes in the markets now. Cost-based competition has been increased. Everyone try to minimize cost and compete based on cost-effective operations. And quality expectations have become higher. And other changes, we will go through this. And accordingly, operations management are supposed to make changes and respond that quickly. Some of the responses are mentioned here. So globalized operations networks, information-based technologies like ERP and all, and various different information systems and other things go through this. And accordingly, modern businesses and the operations managers are facing huge responsibilities to upgrade the operation systems to modern technology. All such coming under operations management now. That is what we mentioned. So there are many new challenging responsibilities for operations management. Facing the globalization challenges, in line with the supply chain partnering, working on environmental protection and sustainability, and performing social responsibilities and ethical aspects of operations, business, and many more. So in simple terms, the responsibilities of operations managers have been expanded. Not only managing the operations department, managing other relationships, plus facing these global challenges. In them, what are your responsibilities? As a accounting professional, can you just ignore all these and just follow your accounting standards, auditing standards, and limit everything? You have to realize the market changes, the competition prevails in the market, how business should respond to the environment, and accordingly what operational improvements needed. How as accountants you can contribute to that. To understand that the subject like this will be used. Right? With that, let me conclude our first session. What did we discuss? Identify what operations management is, what operations managers are supposed to do, and what are the key decisions they should make. And then we identify other responsibilities. And in it, what I highlight is, as accountants, you will have to understand the operations challenges of the business and help them overcoming as a unit, as an organization. So next week we will start from the next slide, that is what are the components of operation system, and thereafter we will take one topic at a time and try to understand the basic. Last time in the extension group, I thought explaining more is important, but later I realized the focus is very narrow. Unlike normal undergraduate students here. They're still young. They are ready to think about various different things. But you are professionals anyway now, right? The focus is on accounting profession, so that I am not going to explain more, but I will show you only few points related to each topic that you should draw attention. So that I'm going to reduce the content and help you realizing my accountant's role in making operations. We'll explain you the assignment and the other assessments when we meet next week. Good luck. Take care.